Hello, Internetians! My name is Josh, aka ultraplayer, and I am your coach of the Philly Soldu. Wow, voice crack. I don't think who you're trying to trade with. I am your coach of the Philly Soldu, and we are here for APA Season number 5, Week number 3. Your West Virginia, your Philadelphia Soldu are coming off a rough loss last week against Dan the Man, aka aDrive, and the opponents. They're not getting any easier because we are going to be facing off against WolfeyGlick today, coach of the Milwaukee Bewears. I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again. Go check him out, but, like, why are you watching me and not him? Like, it's WolfeyGlick. He's amazing. He is an amazing draft league player. He's an amazing Pokemon player, and he is just the best. So, hopefully OBS doesn't capture the wrong thing. OBS is capturing the right thing. Let us do this. So, WolfeyGlick, 3 things to know about WolfeyGlick. 1, he is the 2016 Pokemon World Champion. 2, he really likes bagels. And 3, he didn't make his bed this morning. Go yell at him. Now then, let us talk about the team that he drafted. Let us talk about the team that we are bringing, and let's talk about my strategy. So that his team, let me see if I can find it. His team consists of Heatran, Mega Altaria, Rotom Wash, Nihilego, Shaman, Snorlax, Zygarde 10%, Slurpuff, Golisopod, Piloswine, and Misdreavus. It is basically a one-for-one team of exactly what I would draft. Like, I would literally take this team, and I would probably take it to playoffs in just about any league I could get it in. Because it is so good. It is very up my alley. It's bulky offense. It has great things to fall back on when it comes to bulk. It has great offense options. It has great speed tiers. Okay, maybe not the best speed tiers. But it has some stuff. I wouldn't have Misdreavus. I'd probably have something else. But that's beside the point. What is the point is that I'm really bad at planning, time management when it comes to Pokemon. And I didn't build the team in advance. So it's the day that I'm supposed to be battling him. I'm supposed to be battling him in 20 minutes. I'm going to record the team builder first. And I haven't had my shit genned. And Kurt is genning it. So shout out to Kurt. Kurt, you're amazing. God bless you, even though you said no to me 500 times and called me a weeaboo. So Kurt's going to be genning it, and I'm actually going to be trading it. So hopefully you guys don't hear Discord pings as he tells me that he's ready to trade. But also, background music is Champion Cynthia. Champion Cynthia music. I asked Kurt. Jesus Christ, I can't remember everyone's name. I asked Wolf what his favorite champion was. And he said Cynthia. God. I'm doing awesome today. Thanks for asking, guys. He said his favorite was Cynthia, so we're listening to Cynthia remix by Glitch City. So, but let's get into his team. I'm sure by now the team has already popped up on your screen. The team is really, really good. It has a decent matchup versus mine. I'm more scared of certain things more than others. I'm scared of a Belly Drum Slurpuff. I'm scared of I'm actually scared of Rotom Wash. I'm scared of Nihilego being Choice Scarf. I'm scared of Subtoxic Shaman. I'm really scared of Curselax. Although I didn't bring a million things to deal with it, I definitely think I can handle it to an extent. I just have to keep on it. Zygarde's super scary. I don't have... Like, I didn't bring Chestnut, is what I'm saying. If I brought Chestnut, I'd be far better off. But the team that I have, I think, is going to do its best. I'm scared of Z-Move's Heatran, too. So, let's talk about what we're bringing. Alright? So, I went through a couple iterations of the team. When I saw the team, the first thing I noticed was no Dark type. No Dark type. Psychic is almost completely free versus him, except for the fact that he has a Snorlax and a Heatran, which is fine. I have ways to deal with that. I also noticed a couple other things, just like in general, like speed tier wise. You know, he doesn't really like switching into Chestnut too much, except for its fairy types, which I can hit with Poison Jab. Shaman too, but again, Poison Jab. So the first set that we went with, I'm not going to type it out, but the first idea we went with was a Agility Baton Pass Zapdos into an SD Chestnut, which had a really good chance of winning. Like, if it got off, it basically went for him. Like, he literally could not handle it. He got 6-0'd by it. But the problem ended up being, how do I get it up without having so much support for it that I'd end up not having a rest of the team? Like, yeah, I could do it, but I'd also have to have Screen's Espeon to really get it through, and then I'd have 3 more Mons to be able to take on the rest of his team, and then it'd all be defensive, and then it'd just be a fat team with an SD Chestnut. So, I wasn't really too much of a fan of that, so we ended up scrapping the idea. And the team that we went with is still pretty okay. We had a couple of win cons we could have based off. We could have gone with Zardex, but that would have been really hard with the fact that he has Heatran, Mega Altaria, and Snorlax, and Rotom Wash. That combined with 2 good Scarfers that can Revenge It and Zygarde 10% and Nihilego, I ultimately decided that Zard was not the play this time. I thought about other Zard sets, but I ultimately decided that what we went with is probably the best thing that's going to go with us, or go for us. He just sent me his friend code, so that's good. Let me get back to where I was. So, what did we bring? What did we build around? So I wanted to build around one specific mon and then have certain checks here and there to other of his offensive threats so I wouldn't get swept, and hopefully I can whittle down his team to where this one mon can be able to sweep. So the mon that I decided to build around offensively was going to be my ItzGator. I'm not going to do some weird stuff like I've been doing, SD Air Balloon or the Sandstorm. We're actually going to go with a pretty standard thing. Kurt, what did I name this? I think I just named this Bagel. Bagel! So this is Bagel. And it's female, because they're supposed to be Maryland, but it doesn't matter. It's Mold Breaker, and it's going to be Choice Scarf. So we're going to go with a very standard Win-Con Choice Scarf ItzGator. It's going to have Earthquake. I knew I wanted Earthquake. I knew I wanted Iron Head, and I knew I wanted Rapid Spin. The last move I was kind of tossed up on, I thought either Poison Jab or X-Hairs, and I didn't really know if any of them mattered. So I decided to leave it at that for now. For Eevees, I went with 196 and a Jolly Nature, which is going to allow me to outspeed the Altaria. That's what it allows me to outspeed. I could go for Rotom Wash, and now that I'm looking at it, maybe, but also I'm not scared of her. If it's Choice Scarf or Rotom Wash, I have answers to it. Do I? We'll see. He's already gemmed it, so whoops on that. He wouldn't run that much speed, I don't think, anyway. Based on my team, I think if we ran a Choice Scarf thing, he'd go enough just to outspeed Espeon. So, but anyway, I didn't know if I wanted any bulk yet or not, just because if you hear Discord pings, I'm sorry, but I didn't know if I wanted to go with any bulk or not, just because I wasn't sure if I wanted to lose the attack. So we'll come back to that. Did I? No. So the next one I knew that I had to have, Weezing. So we're bringing, he's supposed to be named Ozone, but I named him Poppy Seed. Poppy Seed. So this is me, my Weezing. Level 50. And I knew that I wanted Helmet. And I ended up building this team in a very specific way, and that was, because I have Helmet, that was every Pokemon can do 14% to the Slurpuff. Okay? So everything can do 14% to a max HP Slurpuff. So why did I want this? Why did I want a max HP Slurpuff? Because Rocky Helmet, I'll get into it more later, but I wanted Rocky Helmet to help make it so it had to be 14% and not 30%. So, the set I went with was Haze. I wanted Haze, because this is one of my main switch-ins to Snorlax. This is my best way to handle Snorlax, I feel, on the team that I brought. So I have to have Haze Gear to Curses. I also want to have Pain Splits to stay healthy, especially versus Snorlax. I can stay healthy virtually the entire time. A Sludge Bomb for stab. That's also going to allow me to hit the Slurpuff. For super effective, it's going to allow me to handle the Altaria to an extent. Unless it's special. If it's special, then I kind of have a harder time to switch into it, but I do have kind of an okay answer to it, which we'll get into. But actually, I have a couple answers to it, like offensively, but like defensively, I have one main option. And I thought about this last move, I really thought about Taunt, but I ultimately decided that Hidden Power Ground was the best because this team does not really like Heatran. Like, this way to handle Heatran, it does have one way, but it's not the greatest, and it may not last. So, for Eevees, I ended up tossing around a lot of Eevees, but ultimately I decided that I wanted just enough special attack to Oko an offensive Heatran. I hope he fixes this, because I forgot to fix this. Can you gen Weezing and this other mon at level 100, please? I forgot to set it because I'm smart. Or just for HP. Gen Anyway. So, with Hidden Power Ground, I 2 KO Heatran. I'm gonna go max HP. Actually, I'm gonna go one less than max HP because, yeah. Let's go put that back. It's gonna be level 31. It's gonna be this. It's supposed to be 36. And the rest is gonna go here. So, this allows me to take a little Slurpuff. It helps me switch into the Dragon Dance Mega Altaria. It's gonna help me with the Snorlax, hazing it away, pain splitting, and ultimately just keeping it from getting curses up because I have more hazes than he has curses, I think. Haze has 48, curse has 16, yep. So I can stall out the curses if I really want to. But ultimately, I also outspeed it, obviously, unless it's like max speed. And before he gets curse up, even still, I think that if he runs max speed, Snorlax, level 50, I feel like if he runs max speed at -1, he's still... I wrote timid. Yeah, so even if he's max speed after one curse, I'm faster than him, so that's good. So that's my Weezing. I was pretty set in stone about how I wanted that. And the next one I added on here was going to be my Miltank. I needed rocks, and I also needed this for Shaman because I'm not actually bringing any of my other Shaman switch-ins. So, this was supposed to be Gallagher, but I named you Cream Cheese because of course I did. So this is going to help me switch into the Shaman. And this is very important because Shaman's a huge threat. And after a while of debating this, I typed in Stealth Rock. I'll tell you now that I typed in Stealth Rock. And I typed in Milk Drink. And I did not know what these last two moves were. These last two moves were the last thing that I thought of when I did this. And I'm not going to put in the set yet. Like the Eevees. Because I changed the Eevees a couple times. And I'll just finalize them when I get back to it. So just know that I ran this. And I went on to something else. So, I mentioned earlier that I want everything to do 14% to the Slurpuff, and that's because if I type in Sneasel right now, and I give this thing a Choice Scarf, it will outspeed a +2 Slurpuff, which means it outspeeds it if it's unburden boosted. Sneasel is going to be named Margarine, because maybe it can use it to fall spend some margarine on a bagel. It's going to be Inner Focus, because I don't really care about the other item. I want to keep my Scarf at all times, so Pickpocket is worthless to me. And it's going to be Crash, Knock, Low Kick, and Poison Jab. The Poison Jab to a max HP Slurpuff is going to do 44.4% min. Plus a Rocky Helmet hit puts it at 61%. If he belly drums and gets his citrus up, he'll be at 75. So I need whatever it tries to belly drum up in front of to be able to hit it for 14%. Then I can go into my Weezing, take the, give it the Rocky Helmet hit, and put it in range a Poison Jab. And then finally kill it off with a Sneasel. So it doesn't sweep my entire team. And yeah, he could have Drain Punch, but Drain Punch won't 2-hit KO me ever at +6. At plus like 14, it doesn't 2-hit KO me. So it's fine. I'm okay with it. And actually, it might at +14 because +14 would be like what? No, it would be. It'd be 7 times. So yeah, I don't get 2-hit KO like +14 Drain Punch. So like it would ultimately keep him low enough. And even if he did try to Drain Punch and keep healthy enough to stay out of range of Poison Jab, I have Sludge Bomb, which will obliterate it. So, for this, very standard. I think this is what I ran. Is this what I ran? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, it's mostly what I ran. I actually... So actually, I need something to do like 15% because I took away some attack, but it's okay because it does everything does do 15%. So this is going to allow me to take a Banded Extreme Speed after Rocks from the Zygarde, so I can potentially ribbon that. So that's really nice. And we're going to move on. I knew I wanted this, but I threw around this thing forever. I ultimately didn't want this at first because I thought it just baited and Shaman too much. But then I remembered I have a Sap Super Miltank, which could help me handle it, so that's good. So you are this Pokemon. Except you're not this Pokemon, you are this Pokemon because everything bagels. And I knew I wanted one specific item on you. And we ran with it. So I calculated this out later. And I went ahead and added the last Mon, which is going to be Espeon. Like I said, he has no Psychic, no Dark type, and he only has one Psychic versus being the Heatran. He does have Snorlax, but if it starts cursing up on me, I don't care. I will let Snorlax curse up on me a couple times if it means getting Calm Mind boost or attacking this, which, by the way, we put this on here because it's a Calm Minder, and it also gets Wish. Oh, my thing's dying. Quick, where's my Where's my cord? Here it is. Here it is. Where is my... How do I plug this into something? I hope you're online. I hope my PS4 is working. So I'm plugging it into my PS4 because that's how my desk is set up. It's not working. Damn it to hell. Does it reach this outlet over here? Would this box even work? It's an iPhone box. Let's find out. It should just be a converter piece. Ha! Thanks, Apple. Said no one ever. Okay, so the DS is going to have to be over there while I wait. Still ready. So it's Calm Mind, it's Psychic, and it's giving me Wish Protect, which is going to help me keep these freaking healthy because it's not going to be leftovers. And all I really need is Psychic. Like, I have ways, I feel, to continually chip down the heat ran. Who is messaging me? Did I say today? It's not 7-ish EST. Sorry, I'm doing a million things. I also had a build for someone else. Whoopsie. This is supposed to be Carbuncle, but I named it. I couldn't think of anything else, so I ended up naming it this. Shout out to McDonald's. I hate you. But ultimately, I also went with Mind Plate just for the added power. And I went with this set after calculating it a million times. Which lets me outspeed Nihilego if he's not Scarf, which I think he's going to be, because I think Banded Extreme or Banded 1,000 Arrows is too much work to me, and I think that Scarf Nihilego is better versus me. Okay, so I went with that. What does this do? Good question. It stuff, so you're welcome. It outspeeds Nihilego, and it allows me... Where's his team? So I can remember what it does. It allows me to not get 2 KO'd by Thunderbolt from the Rotom, because this is one of my 2 Rotom switch-ins, the other being Miltank. I don't like Rotom versus this team at all, honestly. So, that's that. I actually built this team pretty straightforward, I'm not going to lie. Like, I didn't skip around too much. I went back to this. So this is going to allow me to Calm Mind up. I can just start spamming Psychic versus almost the entirety of his team. Something, it's not 7 o'clock. So, this allows me just to come in and hit stuff, honestly. I don't have a lot that I can come in on, but if I get free switches, I can Psychic shit, so. What would I come in on? I could come in on Lax, honestly. If it tries to curse, I can get the Psychic off. I'm not going to do that, though. Rotom is a good one, like I mentioned. Piloswine to block rocks and click Psychic would be a nice one, but I get obliterated by that. It's mainly here just to appear, is what I'm saying. But it's also good for weakening the Tran, which is going to be good, or picking off Tran if I weaken it with like my Weezing and stuff. Because once you do that, I literally just come in and just click Psychic whenever I get a free switch in, and he really does not like switching into Psychic. But it also gives me a Wish Patcher to help with this weekend, which is more why it's there. So this Suicune ended up being Surf, Ice Beam, Mirror Coat, and Hidden Grass. Mirror Coat is there, of course, for the Shaman, which I take on pretty well. I take a hit from very well, unless it's Life Orb, but even still, it doesn't do crazy amounts of damage. So, I tossed around this set for a while, too. So this is 220, 4, this is 84, this is 4, this is 196, and it's going to be a Calm Nature. What does this do? It allows me to outspeed a max speed Modest Heat Tran. It gives me enough bulk to just take hits as best as possible, and then it gives me enough special attack so that Surf 2 KOs max HP Heat Tran, no matter what. Unless it's leftovers, but I don't expect it to be leftovers. And it gives me the ability to switch into Tran pretty well. So, I definitely had to play offensively with the team, in my opinion. And that's kind of why I'm running like the offensive kind of shit with like the Assault Vest Suicune. I really like my Assault Vest mons. Leave me alone. So, with that, we went back and filled in the rest of it. I filled in this. I ended up with Poison Jab because if I ever have to lock myself in versus, with one move. If it was Poison Jab or X-Scissor, I'd rather have Poison Jab because it hits Altaria, and it hits Slurpuff, and it hits the Shaman, and also it's pretty neutral against this entire team. Like, the only mons that actually resist Poison Jab are going to be the Nihilego, which is just not a extra counter. The, Zygar, which takes like 40, 30, 35, I would say. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how weak it is. It gets OHKO'd by Ice Punch from the Miltank, so that's nice. I mean, yeah, he doesn't really have a lot of good resistance to it, so. I went with that, and I just decided that I wasn't gonna, you know, mess around with the calcs. I'm just gonna go max attack for damage. And then this. This Miltank. Me and the front office debated about this forever. Like, we went back and forth for eternity and forever on this Miltank. On these last two slots, we thought about Heal Bell. We thought about Toxic. We thought about Earthquake, Seismic Toss, Ice Punch, Body Slam, Heal Bell. Like, we went back and forth forever, and I thought I had a good set, and then someone went, no wait, and then we debated it all over again. But ultimately, the undying reason behind why I decided to go with what I went with, which was Ice Punch and Toxic, was with 44 attack EVs, max HP Shaman, or near max HP Shaman, cannot put up a sub versus me. And if I was Seismic Toss or Body Slam or Earthquake, it could. So that's why we went with this. It also has an even less of a chance if you click Seed Flare and I get the Sap Sipper attack boost. Toxic is there because it helps me with the Rotom. This does give him free heat transfer chance, but also so does Weezing in theory, and I can get half off on that. I have a Choice Scarf Extra Drill to hit the Heatran. I have a Choice Scarf Low Kick to do damage to the Heatran. And I have a switch into the Heatran in the form of my Suicune, and if I think he's going for rocks, I can get my Espeon and bounce the rocks back and do absolutely no damage to it with Psychic. So, I'm not gonna lie, I am not the most crazy confident in this team, but I definitely think it's a nice team that I can win with. For the rest of the EVs, okay. For the rest of the EVs, I went with enough speed for just outdoing speed creeps. I needed 4 for leftover, and then I went with this to take on Zygarde as best as possible. Honestly, depending on what 6 I see, is how confident I'll be in this matchup. If he brings the 6 that he needs to beat this, then he brings the 6 that he needs to beat this. If I lose, I'm literally facing off against the world champion Bagel Eater. I mean, the world champion Pokemon player. So, losing, I'm okay with, because honestly, he would destroy. He's gonna destroy me. So, okay, so, I'm joining Wolfe. So, that's the team that I'm going to be bringing. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry that I was, like, really all over the place, but ultimately, I think this is a decent team that can win. I just have to play my win cons really, really smart. And, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you for the battle tomorrow. Make sure to go check it out. Make sure to go check out Wolfe, and make sure to go check out Kurt, because he's awesome and gent for me. Yeet! Thank you much, and I will see you next time. Peace!